Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Cities Skylines, this beginner playthrough. Sort of just seeing how we can get the city up and going. And then from there, of course, everyone can take the city exactly where they are inspired to take it. Things are looking pretty nice. We are definitely getting a certain amount of traffic here. Most of these look like tractor trucks, so they are based on the agricultural section. But we definitely don't want the main vehicles coming through here. In fact, we might have to actually cut this off here to prevent all the vehicles. Like, we don't want these vehicles to use this road. We want them to use this outside road. And it does seem like a lot of them actually are doing that. Oh, we actually have a bus here. That's right. And it's picking up people. How cool is that? We got off to go to work. So there's some smog here in our polluted industry. And look at that. We are a busy town just like that. 3,600 people. Let's go. We've unlocked new roads. New roads are always exciting. It looks like a lot of these are just roads with different aesthetics. Trees and things like that. And of course trees make people happy. Got a new park, a tropical garden. And we got the upgraded version of the medical clinic, the firehouse, and the police station. We now have the larger, more expensive, but they cover a lot more. They have a much higher capacity to satisfy the citizens. We might actually want to start by building a fire station, a proper fire station in the industrial zone, because again, industry really, really likes their fire. We have the oil specialization. I don't know if we actually have oil in range or not. We can check on that. It looks like the next one's going to be a busy town at 5,500 people. Let's check for oil. Okay, there's oil up here, actually. There's oil up here. We could, and it's right next to a rail. Ooh, that's interesting. We could actually eventually build over here to try to get that oil. Oil is a specialized industry. So you build industrial zones and then you create a district and you specialize them for oil. Just like we've done for agriculture and forestry. And oil apparently makes a good amount of money. I've never played around with it too much. You know what I like? You know what I want to do right now? Let's check on our public transport. We got 94%, so we're actually 1% below where we were. I think we were at 95% traffic flow. Now we're at 94%. And trust me, that will go down. Like, you're not gonna, as the city grows, that number will go down. Anything above like a 75 is pretty good though. So if we go to public transportation map mode, we can kind of do a little 240 people using our buses. That's a good amount. We can look and kind of review. Oh, nice. So this bus is coming in with 14 people to pick up 16 more. Nice. Nice. So no one waited. There's people now at the stop, but most everybody got picked up. Very exciting. Very exciting. So bus line 3 is getting some good usage. Getting some good usage. So if we go over to bus line number 1 here, we only have 2 buses on this route, but they're both getting well used. We got 23 out of 30 here, we got 16 out of 30 here. That looks good. That looks just perfect. Here we have this one, I believe is the green one is the route that we have that goes over and actually picks people up and sends them to work. So we don't need 5 buses here, it looks like. But we want these so that people don't have to wait forever. This stop here, though, it looks like it's getting some good usage. So these people are going to work. Picked up to go to work. I could watch the buses. I could watch the public transportation all day. I just get a kick out of it. All these people getting off the bus and scurrying around. I really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. That bus line's doing good. So red's doing good. Purple's doing good. Let's check on light blue, which, to be honest, light blue is just this triangle loop. I'm not suspecting many people. Oh, wow, I'm wrong. A lot of people on light blue. We need to go back up to 2 buses. About 61% budget. In fact, depending on how many people get on and off at this exchange. Okay, everybody got off here and people got on here. Okay. I was going to say, we might actually need a 3rd. This is getting some heavy use. I'm surprised. Because this bus is about to pick up 15 people. This bus, there's 40 people at this stop alone, but they're not even going to all fit. They physically aren't going to fit on the next bus that comes by. Uh-oh. But we have 2 buses coming, so between both these buses, I'm hoping... Let's watch this for a second. I'm hoping we get all these 40 people into a bus, one of the 2 buses. There's 30... Okay, so we have an empty bus coming in behind here. We have 26 people waiting, then we have 20... This is a good route. This is a really good route. We might just want to, you know, pay the little bit additional money here and go up to 3 buses. It all depends on this stop now. Technically, we're doing just fine. Technically, we're doing just fine with the 2. But the city's going to grow, so let's just go to 3 and not worry about it anymore. Well, the cost difference between 2 and 3 is significant. We're over doubling our costs here, actually. More than doubling. The bus lines are looking nice. I'm happy with them. I'm happy with them. So let's make sure that we are continuing to zone all the things. I'm kind of seeing that a commercial zone here would be kind of fun in this little circle. That'd be kind of neat. Might even do commercial along this road here. Like so. I don't know what this would be here. Let's just leave that empty for now. There is actually something we can put in here that we're not ready to place down yet. Let's just leave these blank for now in anticipation for something new that's going to be coming down the pipeline here soon. And let's just keep zoning for the residential. And I believe we've already piped all this for water. Whoops, getting an autosave there. A little bit of a hiccup when we autosave. Here's to see how this is going to look. When all this is filled in here, if this is going to look good or not. I think it will. I think it's going to look nice, actually. I do. So we do, as we're expanding out the neighborhood, we're making a lot of money per week. We do need to look and make sure that services, people are getting the services that they expect here. So if we put this down, everybody's going to be super happy here fire-wise. This is 60,000 simoleons, though, and it's 1,400 a week. This thing is not cheap. I don't even know if we can afford that yet. That's not cheap. Let's make sure these people have good coverage. They really don't have the best coverage for fire over here either. Would this actually help with the commercial? It would, barely. It'll help a little bit in this area. Something like this would even help a little bit, even in the industrial. Those are very expensive buildings. The hospital, of course, also very expensive. Usually, just as a sort of little tip, I actually like to build a lot of the cheaper buildings, honestly. That's kind of my... I mean, just building 2 little cheaper buildings is quite a bit cheap, you know, less expensive than building the hospital. Although people do really get extra happy when you build them the really nice buildings. And police, I think, is fine at the moment. We are going to probably want more fire down here, especially as we expand deeper into the last bit of land that we have over here. Yeah, this freeway, I'm seeing this freeway like cutting yeah, I'm definitely seeing this freeway cutting across here and opening up this area and then maybe rehooking in up here. Yeah, I'm seeing a freeway system that kind of loops in like that. More industrial. They keep wanting the industry. Actually kind of insane. Let's just do some more regular industry. Regular industry here, which is really heavy on the traffic. You know, I'll admit, it might actually have been more efficient to have the primary and secondary industry behind the tertiary industry, because the tertiary industry has to get through the primary, secondary to get to export or get to the commercial, right? And the primary and the secondary have to sort of backtrack to get to the tertiary. So really, this could have been optimized more, but I think we're going to find that this is okay. We definitely could make another connection here just to kind of like reduce the traffic through this intersection. We'll see if it becomes a problem. Right now, everything's flowing just fine. Like, there's traffic, but it's flowing, you know. Heavy traffic, heavy amount of cars, but not really like traffic issues, right? Not really traffic issues. Question is, are we getting any of these to level up? Covered by more services. Now, that's the weird thing about... Oh, how are we doing on garbage, actually? Landfill is 50% used. But the garbage trucks can reach the entire city. Like, there's green everywhere. So we're okay there. The garbage... The landfill is filling up. Eventually, we'll be able to build incinerators, which will literally burn our garbage for us. Oh. Whoops. I think the landfill creates pollution, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll be okay. Why is this forestry industry? This should not be forestry. This should be agriculture. What happened with our... Oh, okay. The zoning... Or the districts are a little... They're cutting across the street a little too much. So let's just kind of... And this guy, yep, he's going to destroy himself because he realizes he's not the appropriate... Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not what we meant to do. Okay, better. Better. No, this district painting tool is just really, really smooth. Really, really nice. Always fun to use. More industry. More industry. They just can't get enough. This is going to start... if we don't have traffic problems now, we're going to start getting some. That's for sure. More residential. The city is like just exploding right now. Alright, let's fill it all in and deal with the consequences here. That blank for now. Water's looking good. Power. We are finally getting to the point where we actually need to create another pumping station. Like, wow. I mean, I can remember back when our city was only using 5,000 cubic meters of water. Now we're using the full 120,000 cubic meters of water. Which means we're also going to need more sewage. But the cool thing is, because we expanded, we could actually build our sewage way out here if we wanted. Let's at least get it by the bridge or something. Tuck it away a little bit. These don't have electricity. Everyone's going to be complaining about sewage in a second. Let's get power lines over here. Well, any issues that pop up here should be fixing themselves momentarily. Okay, those are connected. We are creating noise pollution over here, are we not? A little bit, and they will be upset about that, but... Oh, not enough electricity. Not enough electricity. Okay. Wow. Look at how much money we have. Are you serious? We have 100,000 simoleons. We're making 7,000 a week almost. That is bonkers. Now we're going to lose a bunch of it because we do need to come in here and build this industry that I've been neglecting. or not industry, but we need to build this fire station in the industrial area. We also are going to need to build more schools, I suspect. That should make a lot of these people happy here. We can kind of see when we plot it, we can see the amount of people that are being, you know, that are happy. So we can kind of get a sense of the radius. Yeah, we definitely need another elementary school. Might look good on this road here. But we might need to center it a bit more too. That's pretty green. I'm liking... something like that, I think. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's get it down. Everybody's going to be nice and happy. Health. We have extra health. We have extra fire. I don't think we quite need police yet. Crime rate is at 7%. That's not too bad. Death care, though. We are going to need more death care. And if we're eventually going to be expanding out to this area, it might be good to have it down here. The other thing is, technically, there could be a situation where we need to pick up some... people can die in the industry, too. Let's wait on death care. Let's make some more money. But the schooling is really important, actually. Because everything seems to be requiring us to have more educated workers. We're getting these buildings up to level 2. Attract wealthier customers. Well, to get wealthier customers, we have to level up our housing. To level up our housing, what do we need? Educate more citizens. Educate more citizens. Even the level 3 is saying educate more citizens. So really, we just need to get people educated. It's really what everything's coming in down to here. More services. We actually have well-educated people working here, despite the fact that we don't need well-educated people working here. So they need more services. It's tricky because the industry really complains about a lot of stuff. They like lots of fire, but I believe if we just give them a park or something, they might that might help too. Give them a little playground to relax during their lunch break, I guess. Problem is I don't like the way the parks look. They when they're built on polluted area, ugh. It's not nice. Not nice. The tricky thing, again, they actually want everything. They still want fire. Look at this. They still want fire. The weird thing is, too, they'll actually be happy if we give them education. Which is, again, just kind of aggravating that it works like that. But they will be happy if we give them education. They'll be happy if we give them healthcare and death care. I'm just not sure if we want to give them these things because they're expensive. But we would like to level these up. Yeah, I think we give them another park. Maybe 2. Oh, this will actually, wow, that one will fit just like that. That's perfect. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to move this park. Somewhere over here, because these people need parks too. And then I'm going to fit that one then. That's going to fit perfectly. It's not polluted anymore. That's nice. And this one that fits, what was it? This one that fits perfectly? That's actually kind of nice. That's kind of sleek. It doesn't look nice, but the fact that it fits perfectly is nice. So that should really help a bit with the, now it's just saying educate, you know. Well, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Need some more money at this point, really. What's the traffic looking like? %94 still. Considering we built all this additional industry, that's a big deal. That we haven't actually increased traffic any more than it was. And our population is growing pretty fast. Let's kind of finish what we're doing over here. I'm not sure. Not sure what we were doing. We're just building along the water here. It's a nice little decorative pier. Part of the original map. What if we just had this going completely... Wow, did we actually build that perfectly? That ended up just lining up like that? Holy cow. The answer is I don't think so, considering how the zoning is like all staggered like that. Yeah, that road looks like it's kind of tweaking out, actually. You know what? Let's redo this road. Much better. But what we could actually do is... You know what I'm seeing over here? A circle around the roundabout. Yeah, I'm seeing that here. Let's start from this side, actually. Just getting inspired here for a second. Now, technically this isn't perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Heck, we could even just kind of have it do this. And just end there. And of course the freeway's going to come through here. Hopefully we can get it over that intersection. I don't know. There we go. That looks kind of nice. I mean, heck, we could even hook this in if we wanted. I mean, we're creating a lot of those four-way intersections that we said we didn't want, but... You know what, let's do that. Something different. Buildings are going to have to replop. I like that. I like that quite a bit. It's sort of curving here, but then it sort of becomes uniform. I like this. I could almost see this kind of coming. I could actually see this. Sometimes doing four-way intersections just look good. You know what I mean? I could actually see something that comes around like this. And maybe here it peels off and then hooks, something like this. Let's just maybe in the future. Maybe in the future we could expand that way. It's this sort of the uniformity. It's like curvy, but then the road continues. It sort of then moves from one design to another design. You know, curved into straight. I mean, it looks kind of nice. Although this doesn't hook up there, but that's okay. Looking pretty nice. Let's go in with the curved roads here though, and maybe we could create sort of like a layering. This isn't really much of a how-to or a tutorial. It's just kind of like, just kind of playing the game, you know? What we need to do is we need to get to the 5,500 people. Once we get to that, then we're going to introduce, like, I'd say the final piece, the final pieces of the puzzle. And at that point, we'll have sort of looked at everything that really you need to know to get going. I mean, at this point, anybody could start playing. We're not doing anything super advanced here. We're just kind of playing the game. Playing the game. It's like, does that look good or bad? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, you know what, actually, you know what? I have a different idea. It does mirror. Those do mirror pretty well. And it doesn't look horrible. But what if we actually come in, we got a nice curvy kind of natural looking road. What if we actually just kind of pair this with like an angled straight but angled thing here. We just sort of give it this sort of slash pattern. Okay, now let's make it more uniform than that. I'm just wondering, are we going to be able to hook in? We need to hook in. Not going to be exact, but when it's all filled in, it'll look good. When it's all filled in, it'll look good. Having a little bit of extra space there is okay, considering this is sort of like an important segment. It kind of pokes out the most there. I think that's okay, and then we'll try to keep these. Again, what I'm doing here, whoop, we didn't quite get it there. I'm trying to line up the, make sure that these are parallel here as much as possible. They're not, none of these are actually exact. We are actually kind of goofing up on these a little bit. But just with the vanilla game, this is kind of what we're going to be able to do. Sometimes trying to build it from the other side might help. See, that's going to cut us off a bit. I don't know if we want that. Okay, this is looking nice. See, so now we have something like that. It's uniform, but not, you know? Now this section, though, we could do something very different. Whoops. I'm just thinking if we continued this pattern here and we did that, that's just going to be a nightmare of an intersection. So it might be better to come in here and just mimic this angling of this road. So it's like here it sort of mimics this design, but then it moves into this design. So it's kind of flowing from one design to another. Now we have a bunch of good zonable area here. In fact, you know what? Let's actually de-zone all this, because all these houses are kind of wimpy little houses. And let's just let it kind of build back. They'll disappear on their own there. We are getting that commercial demand, but we could actually put more. Let's put more commercial around here. Yeah, outside of that circle. Like we could even fill in these entire quadrants if we wanted. Still getting the industrial demand, which is nuts. What we need is we need the power lines to come through the middle more so that we can build out here like we have with the agriculture. We are just chugging through electricity now, but we're making some good money. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you so much for watching another episode. I really appreciate it, everybody. And I will see you guys. We're gonna take a pause here, and hopefully on the next episode we're gonna be able to hit the 5,500 population mark and unlock some really awesome doodads from that. So thank you so much, everybody. I will see you guys hopefully in the next one.